on the consumer side of things, what are some of the things that consumers can do to support farmers or food production companies in this environment? Or what advice do you have for consumers right now? John, do you want to take that one to start?
Yeah, for sure. I'd be happy to. And I think, it may be helpful to think about this on a broader economic level that, we're talking a lot about food, and food has been significantly impacted here, but the economic disruption impacts, everybody in any part of the economy right now. So I think one of the most important things for consumers is to really stand by and support the brands, the practices, the companies that they want to see on the other side of this. We've talked a lot about not knowing how long any of this lasts, and I don't think any of us would doubt that there are going to be some business casualties, some businesses that aren't able to weather this. And so I think that it is a good opportunity for consumers to make sure that they are supporting the things that the models that they would like to see on the other side. And whether that's ordering takeout, curbside from your favorite restaurant, or supporting your local grocery, or calling the farmer that you've bought meat or produce from in the past, that's never been more important than it is today. And we are seeing some of that in our own on-farm store, where people are coming in because I think they really want to be invested in supporting independent businesses and supporting area farmers, and that is a way that they know they can have some immediate impact on the livelihoods of not just our family, but the farms that we work with and source from in our on-farm store. So I think some of that is happening, but I hope that consumers know they do really have the ability to make an impact during this time and help support, like I say, some of those models that we want here long past COVID concerns.
Excellent. Natasha, do you want to add to that?
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So I know that we're sitting here talking about some really, really emotional things for all of us. And as most of you can see, we're holding it together pretty well. But I want every consumer to know how much passion farmers have for their livestock, and that if, we have to sacrifice animals, and that is very, very detrimental and emotional to the farmers. The costs that go in are one thing, but the love and passion that we have for what we get to do every single day, this is very difficult for us. It's very difficult for every single farmer. So my advice is, number one, please be supportive of the decisions that have to be made on the farm side. Yeah. We need a united front when it comes to food production, and farmers are already very upset about everything that's happening and the decisions that they're going to have to make. There's not a lot of other choices. We don't need to have consumers question that, or because we're looking at every angle. We just need the support. Number two, tell your grocery store owners or your meat departments what you're willing to do. Like, what are you willing to learn? What are you willing to buy? Because they can help their suppliers understand how we maybe can move some retail things, some things from food service, more retail. That would be probably your easiest way to let people know, or utilize social media on some of the pork producer pages and beef producers or whatever it may be, the turkey growers, just put them on there so somebody knows. And then my advice, and the most important one, is that my advice for every single consumer, because I am also a consumer, I don't grow everything I eat. I grow very little of what I eat. I go to the grocery store just like everybody else. And I just think everyone should support farmers all the time. Like, they shouldn't just support farmers now. We need to remember this, and we need to remember the times we're having of struggle and the times we're having of not having food available to us, and remember that for the long term, and make sure our children understand that too. Because we need to move forward as a country and as an agricultural industry to feed people. And I think more than ever, we all get it, including all of us on this panel. We all go to the grocery store, and right now we can't find some things either. And we don't have it in our own refrigerator or our backyard in most cases to eat. So we're all in the same boat. the farmers and consumers. We're all consumers. So let's just find a way to support each other and to be a positive, have a positive outlook on food production in the US.
Wonderful. Jody?
That was really well stated, and I echo your comments very, very strongly about giving some grace here and having some trust in the farmers to do what is the best thing, the best of a bad situation, because there is no right answer here. I guess I would say, first of all, your food is safe. Your milk is safe, your beef is safe, your turkey, your chicken, your dairy, your pork, it's all safe. So please do not be concerned about that. Continue to put it on your plate through, and that is how you do support farmers. I agree with John's comments on how you determine your choices, and I think of what the trends were prior to us being in this situation. I mean, we had so much choice and abundance on the shelves in our grocery store, and I would say make the purchases and do what feels right for you and your family. But please know that there is a place in agriculture for all sizes of farmers, large, small, niche, conventional, organic, because the reality is that the United States and the Midwest specifically is the best place in the whole world to have agriculture as it relates to the soil that we have, the crops that we can produce, the way that we're able to change that into protein for developing countries and in the United States, and have the least amount of environmental impact in the long term. Like, we are literally the bread basket of the world. I think to Natasha's point, there are those periods of time over the agricultural history, and if you think about, there's disruptors, there's good disruptors like technology and a wealthier society with elevated expectations and the ability to respond to some of those transitions. But there's also bad disruptors like war, economic collapse. I think we think about the Depression of the 30s, the Spanish flu in the 20s, the 80s farm crisis, and those are points in time that absolutely change the face of businesses, and agriculture is not immune to that. I don't know exactly what agriculture will look like on the backside of this. But I do know that people need to eat. Agriculture will sustain, and farmers' commitments to their purpose, their teams of employees and partners, their communities, their animals, and the environment won't change. Be patient and recognize that I mean, it sounds so cliche, but we really are all in this together, and farmers are doing the best that they can to come out the backside to be able to continue to do what we were put on this earth to do,